I feel like if you regularly don't get that many views, or even if you do, honestly, just anyone who like thinks about views too much and finds themselves like overthinking and overanalyzing their view counts and stuff, like I feel like they need to spend more time looking at content that doesn't get that many views that they like, though, like despite the view count. Like the more time you spend watching small YouTube channels or like interacting with small accounts on social media and stuff, the more you can just have like real, just get it's just grounding and like helps you define or redefine your ideas of value, because like so often, like some of my most favorite videos or my favorite songs or favorite pieces of art are just like random things that I stumbled across. You know, some of my favorite videos on YouTube have like 50 views, 300 maybe sometimes. Some of my most favorite songs, I'm like the only person who liked the goddamn song, but I love that fucking song on SoundCloud. And some of the best art I've seen have just been like random local galleries, you know, that don't even have view counts on them. Or you go to their social media and they don't even use their social media, but then here they are, they're in a gallery and maybe they're big in their city or something, or, you know, like, or you'll hear a story from someone and it's just someone you met or just stumbled across, like, but like legit, like there's this one time I talked to this lady she was just painting, you know, at like a market, and it was a local thing. It's not from a city I live in, but it was a city I was in at the time for a few months. And I never met her again. I never saw her again. But I'll never forget what she said to me, because it was face to face, and there she was surrounded by all her art, and she was doing great. She was doing her art full time, just in a small town, and she was so confident and so matter of fact, you know, and like, you know, she could be bigger, but she doesn't have to be, but she could be a lot smaller too. And I think she, like, you know, she's not even on social media, and she just had a huge impact on me just for that day that I saw her, you know. There's no way for me to even keep up with her art. Like, the only people who keep up with her art live in her city, or like are probably on her like newsletter or something, you know. I have a postcard from her that I have taped into a journal of mine, so I still see her every once in a while when I open my journal. And she was an older lady too. And just like the way she talked to me, you know, it had an impact. It's like the types of things that'll have an impact on you. It could be a line from a song that has like 5 billion streams monthly. Or it could be a video from a person who you're like one of the only people who even watched the whole thing, or, you know. And like sometimes I'll have friends or acquaintances who, you know, are like creatives or whatever, and if I just like met them today on a random day, like maybe I wouldn't even be drawn to their art or like whatever they do, but like because I see them around and I know them, or like, you know, like people in my city and stuff, it's like because you're just around and I'm familiar with you, I'm more drawn to your art as well. Or like there's just so many ways you can connect with art or come across art or impact people. And I just want people to put value on like their place in a ripple, you know. It's like you don't want to let yourself lose sight of why you're doing it in the first place, you know, because the algorithm is going to be nice to you one day and might abandon you another. But if you've touched people, if you've touched their heart or their soul or their creativity in some way, you know, that's just completely invaluable. There's no quantification for something like that, you know. And sometimes you like things in phases and things, and like to be a part of anyone's journey is like incredible. Like there's songs that I listened to every day for years and I don't maybe listen to them as much anymore. You know, like you have to make room to like shed and regrow things, you know. If you're always chasing what gets the numbers and stuff, you may even lose track of what you want and what you believe in and what you care about. Like, and it's hard not to, especially if you get used to a certain expectation on when you post or when you express yourself to people. But that's a part of putting yourself out there, is you're gonna get rejected sometimes. And like, you should just let it roll off your back and keep pushing, because a new day awaits you, man. I'm gonna take a nap.